Hi guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Sunday Cleanup, where we talk a little bit about boxing and we clean up on the morning after the night before. Put things in the dishwasher. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about Devin Haney, right? So Devin Haney apparently didn't necessarily fulfill his obligation, what needed to be done. He knew the risk, he knew what was supposed to happen. And unfortunately, if you don't hit the mark, it all amounts to the same thing. You came up short. It is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I still believe that he is the most existential threat in that division, in that light heavyweight division. And the reason why I believe that isn't so much because I feel that he's head and shoulders above the rest of those guys. It is because I have a feeling that the rest of those guys will seize every opportunity they get to try and avoid him. And once you see something like that, you get to realize that even though they're trying to cloak it, the other guys, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, as a matter of fact, once you see that they are willing to seize on any opportunity to say, aha, you know what, you came up short, you're an email champion and so on, you get the feeling that they're looking for a way out. And you've already got, particularly in the case of Teofimo Lopez, you already got a group of people who are sort of willing to give him an out when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. But I sense this nervousness. You know what I mean? I sense this nervousness that I saw that people believed actually when it came to Lomachenko. I sense the same thing. I hear the same language coming from Teofimo Lopez when it comes to Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez didn't like the narrative, or didn't like the attitude, forgive me, that Lomachenko took towards him. He found it very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. And he hadn't even had anything that much to do, he hadn't had that much to do with Lomachenko. He just didn't like the guy. And didn't like the guy because he believed that the guy disrespected him, didn't respect him. You know what I mean? Didn't acknowledge him as being a threat. And he went in there with malice and determination that, I don't know, maybe Lomachenko himself wasn't necessarily taken too seriously. I don't think he considered him that much of a threat mentally until it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Until it was too late. But he won the fight, and and a lot of people still feel that it's got more to do, a lot more to do with what Lomachenko failed to do out of this something that we thought would not be a problem for Lomachenko, which is the mental aspect. The mental aspect. If you listen to Teofimo Lopez's dad, he can't stop patting himself on the back. He believes that, yo, we got into his head, man. We got into his head. That's how we beat him. You know what I'm saying? Got very little to do with boxing. Let's keep it real. It was his size, and they kept on harassing the dude. And they were a pain in the ass. It didn't go away. And eventually they got what they got. But the only time you're going to get Teofimo Lopez getting defenders, mansplainers, and so on and so forth, in regards to the attitude he's taking right now towards others in that division, is when it comes to Devin Haney. When it comes to Devin Haney, then suddenly, oh, well, he doesn't really need to fight Devin Haney. You do. It's not Devin Haney's fault that they created two belts and you petitioned for the franchise belt. You could have said, listen, I don't want the franchise belt. As a matter of fact, I'll be unified champion, and it's going to be a good fight for me to, it'll be a good opportunity for me to end this Devin Haney talk once and for all. But you don't want to because So what was I saying? That cut off forgiving, you know what I mean? So I have to start all over again. Not start all over again, but start from where I left off, if I can actually remember. But anyway, I was speaking about people defending Teofimo Lopez and trying to give him an out so he doesn't have to fight. He doesn't have to fight Devin Haney, and of course he's on his propaganda thing with the email chat. You know what I mean? If he keeps on saying it enough, then those who like him will keep on repeating it, regurgitating the whole notion of him being an email chat. But it's kind of weird. What is it about the guy that bothers him that much? It doesn't just bother the fighters, you see. It also, for me, it seems to me that it also bothers Bob Arum. There's something about that kid. Because it can't be the money. You know, it can't be the money. Eddie Hearn's investing quite a bit in that guy. You know what I mean? And all they're looking for is the right fight. The right fight to get people excited. But those fighters themselves, you know what I mean? They're not going like, you know, even Guy Russell. Guy Russell Jr. I was licking my chops at Javante. Hey, shorty. Even Guy Russell just sound fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Guy Russell sound like a pervert. I was licking my chops, shorty. Get the fuck out of here. Are you licking your chops? This guy really thinks he's some kind of wild beast or something, you know? He really does believe that shit. That licking my chops, that shorty, he was getting in your ass, yeah. Listen, Guy Russell Jr., I think that shit's played out. And Devin Haney's the one that exposed all that shit for what it is. You know what I mean? But it also goes back to what I've been talking about. This is the fact that a lot of these guys are doing their utmost, doing their absolute utmost to get out of a fight with a dude. You know? And I don't know why. I really don't know why. So obviously there's something about the kid that bothers them. There's some insider knowledge about this kid that bothers them. You know, if a guy can really act as if, yeah, he was gonna go fight Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Who happens to be quite bad-tempered in the ring. You know what I mean? Quite temperamental, I should say, not quite tempered, but quite temperamental to the point whereby it could lead to his downfall. That's what people suspect. That more or less is his Achilles heel. That does really somehow suggest that he's mentally fragile. It's the same thing that you get with, but not to the extent, but sort of similar to what you get with Dillian White. You know? It's sort of similar to what you get with Dillian White. But anyway, that being said, going back to the fight itself, the bottom line is this, that unfortunately Devin Haney failed. He failed to convince everybody that he's a cut above the rest by that fight that he had with Gamboa, because the other problem is this, is that it seemed like Gamboa wasn't even. Let me tell you what I believe happened in that fight. And this is just an analogy. I think that, in all honesty, people are not satisfied because what Devin Haney gave to some was akin to a Floyd Money Mayweather type of performance, as opposed to what they were expecting from Devin Haney, which is a Floyd Pretty Boy performance. They wanted a Pretty Boy versus Manfredi performance, and they didn't get that. You know what I mean? Pretty Boy versus my Freddy. Not so much a Castillo. You know what I mean? Because we're not gonna make Gamboa out to be a Castillo. You know what I mean? That's not it. You know what I'm saying? But they were sort of expecting a better performance, a sort of definitive performance. You know, in the same kind of category as what you expected and got from Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. Now you can disagree with that fight, but in as much as what was supposed to happen, it happened. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Devin Haney, because the comparison, I brought up Terence Crawford. The whole point of this fight was to show that he was going to demolish Gamboa better than Terence Crawford, better than Gervonta Davis. You know what I mean? And even though you dominated the fight in that sort of Floyd Money Mayweather type of way, the problem is nobody's satisfied with that because they were expecting something else based upon the hype around you. And the stakes are high right now because Teofimo Lopez took out Lomachenko. Gervonta Davis gave a great performance against Leo Santa Cruz. Well, what you call a viral type of knockout against Leo Santa Cruz. In as much as that knockout, actually, you can almost say that even though you might have expected that to happen, that he was going to stop Leo Santa Cruz, that Gervonta Davis actually exceeded expectations. Yeah, exceeded expectations there. So, yeah. That's part of the problem. Anyway, I got that all wiped down. Let's see what's up. Then we can probably check out some stuff. Check out. Yeah. You see that? When you hear that, it would sound. Let's do this. Oh. Yeah. So this is more or less what they're putting out there right now. I can't really give it any volume or anything else, or else they'll flag me. You notice how they get down. You know what I'm saying? You use any of their stuff, they might even still try to flag this, but so you can see that in many ways he was giving sort of like, even with the right there, that was giving a sort of Money May performance. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a pretty ball. What people want was a pretty ball performance. Overhand right, you know what I'm saying? That's not allowed at this point in time, at this juncture. You know what I'm saying? There was a tweet from Steve Kim saying, wait, Gamboa versus, sorry, Haney versus Gamboa is going into the 12th round. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn, he seems quite satisfied. Teofimo Lopez, what's Teofimo Lopez? Let me see some of the stuff Teofimo Lopez tweeted. So maybe we can get that email champ thing. But yeah, Teofimo Lopez put this up. It says email champ performance. You know what I mean? So they put that up there. Gervonta Davis, I think the one that surprises me is the guy that surprises me is that Rollo Romero, whatever his name is. He has something to say himself. Well, did Shakur Stevenson say anything about it? This is Shakur Stevenson in his own fight. He say anything? I don't know. I can't see anything he said. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna end this video here. Long video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.